it's Guy Pancho with the weekly Paleo report for April 17th of 2024, showing you some flowers. It's springtime in California. Anyway, yeah, so the moon is in Leo. I'll tell you more about that. It's right around 26 degrees, 25 degrees right now. And tomorrow it's going to move into Virgo. I mean, as of today, it actually is in trine to that Mercury, Venus, Chiron conjunction is basically what's happening. Mercury is exactly conjunct Venus at the 18th degree of Aries on Friday. And then, Mercury's retrograde. So Venus goes forward and joins together with Chiron at the 20th degree of Aries, which is very interesting because that is the same degree as the eclipse. Let me get some close-ups of these beautiful flowers. Oh, yeah. So Virgo, she goes on into Virgo after she trines the sun. And on Friday, what? Sun goes into Taurus. Moon in Virgo, Sun in Taurus for Friday. Happening, going on there in time for that Mercury-Venus conjunction. Saturday, and really more than just Saturday, okay, really for 5 days or so, Jupiter is at the exact same degree as Uranus. This is what I'm going to be talking about a lot in today's report, is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And if you really want to, go into it, we can say it's all of April and all of May, really until Jupiter goes into Gemini on May 26th. So, giving it a little bit of an orb there, you're going to get that, the effect of this conjunction. Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling the conjunction right now. and then what? By Saturday, the moon goes into Libra. Trines, well, after it trines Jupiter and Uranus, it goes into Libra. It opposes Mercury and Neptune also on Saturday. But then it's really by Monday, it has moved along, and it is opposite to Mercury, Venus, and Chiron. You see how that goes? So the moon is going from the first quarter to the full. Next Tuesday, it's full. It goes into Scorpio on Tuesday, and in very early Scorpio, what does it do? It squares Pluto and opposes the sun. So we have a T-square, full moon, square Pluto. So, yeah. We want to look out for next Tuesday. But, all right, let me just look at the camera and talk to you about what all this means. All right, everybody. Okay, first of all, before I get started, just a little short story. Jupiter-Uranus. Think of Jupiter-Uranus. Jupiter is expansion, opportunity. The key word is more. And so when it comes into contact with Mars, it's more Mars, the sun, the moon, more moon. The Uranus, more Uranus. It's just like, it just makes it bigger. So it's about freedom. It's about truth. It's about, expanding your consciousness. So it's coming through Taurus for a year. Okay. Basically from last May to this May, it's been in Taurus. And this is, where, the astrology has been to, again, North Node in Aries and Taurus, focusing on building our own selves, on knowing ourselves, on completing ourselves, on feeling ourselves. That's what even the mantra is about today. and building our coffers, building our stores, gathering our nuts like a squirrel, okay? Taurus is like, stabilize. Yeah, become more self-secure, become more self-sufficient, get your act together, get grounded, get in your body, get real, get comfortable, get comfortable, and have some pleasure, and enjoy. Enjoy some good things of the planet Earth and of your body and, your sensuousness. So this has been a year of coming in. And Uranus has been in Taurus for it's 7 years altogether. It's in there for another year. It's going up to 23 degrees, and then it's going all the way up to 27. Right now it's and it's coming back to 23. And then next year it's going to move on. But so we've still got at least another year here of Uranus moving through Taurus, and Uranus is revolution, the new, raise the bar, up the level, try something different, experiment, go into new zones, open your third eye. But it does that, and this is the very tricky part that I want to talk to you about today. It symbolizes the personal unconscious. Neptune's the collective unconscious, and Pluto is the soul. And let's be sure that the unconscious is unconscious. We don't know. Our ego does not know. We don't know what's best for us. But our unconscious does. And Pluto, our soul, does, and Neptune's spirit does. These are the big whammies. So Uranus comes through as accidents, unpredictable events, sudden shocking surprises that can traumatize us. Yeah? And it's all part of the awakening process. I always call Uranus the hairdryer in the bathtub, or the taser, the policeman's, wake up, the alarm clock. Wake up to yourself, wake up to your needs. So now Jupiter comes around, we are getting the big wake-up call. Now, this big wake-up call can be a good wake-up call. It can be like winning the lottery. I mean, it's funny that it comes right around the tax time here in the United States, April 15th, where the taxes were due. Maybe you're going to get a tax refund, But, it can be big rewards, sudden surprises of a very abundant, prosperous nature. So you have to see where Taurus falls in your chart. This is the other thing I wanted to point out to you. This may not be hitting you or one of your planets directly or exactly. And just like I spoke about with the eclipses, if you had something right around, 17 to 20 degrees of the cardinal signs in particular, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, you felt that eclipse. And the same is true with this Jupiter-Uranus. If you've got something at 21 degrees of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, you're going to get maybe a little bit of a like a bang, like I got this morning. I'm coming to that. But if you've got something at, around, 21 degrees of the earth signs, Capricorn or Virgo, you're getting a nice trine. So I was going to take this whole thing through the houses. I don't know. I'm figuring that if you listen to this Pele report by now, you have to know your chart. And if you don't know your chart, you need to find out about your chart. And you can find out about your chart by what? By joining the new Paradigm School of Astrology, because I am jamming to get together. Sunday begins April 20, whatever it is, the 24th, the 21st. This is, we're starting the new course. Jupiter is learning, Uranus is astrology. We are launching the fundamentals of astrology. I'm going to be talking about the astronomy of astrology, how we get a three-dimensional sky into a two-dimensional, chart. Yeah, and how to construct, how to do a chart, look at a chart, understand a chart. So that's the start, and then we're going to go through the very basics, the elements: fire, earth, air, water. One every week, and we've got workbooks. And I mean, if you have ever wanted to learn astrology, this is the best, most thorough, slow and easy, at your own pace, cheap, $22 a month. Cut it out. You're not going to get an astrology course like this. This is like thousands of dollars, man. And we're going to keep on going all through the rest of the year. And there's hundreds of students doing it. So we've also got a Telegram chat. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, so I'm jamming. I'm jamming to like get all this done, And so I got this lots of work to do. And but today it's like I've been working so hard. It's like, okay, man, I gotta do the Pele report. And I'll go down to the river, and I'll just drive my car because I got so much work to do. I'll just drive down, but then I have to walk all the way out to where I wanted to go. It's a half-hour walk, and I'm like, I don't have a half hour. And and then I want some excitement. I go, it's Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Take care of yourself. Do what you want. Have fun. So I go, all right, I'll take my mountain bike and I'm going to ride down the canyon on this cranky, quirky, dirty, fucking rocky pathway, right? And I'll, yeah, I'll have more fun. I won't have to walk. I don't like, walking takes forever. Because I have what? I have Mercury conjunct Mars at 19 and 20 degrees of Leo, which is right square. It's in my 12th house. And I've got this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction squaring my Mercury-Mars. And so I decide, first of all, not to take the car, but to take the bike. And I take the bike. And then I'm going down the road and it's like, Jupiter-Uranus it isn't all just fun and games, and it's not all, win and, it can also be accidents. Uranus is accidents, and right in along. And then, a couple minutes go by, and I'm, I'm cruising down, and there's a split, right? And there's the main road, and then there's this little path that, you just go around, I go, I think I'll take... I'll take that. And what happens? I go down in the ditch and boom, over the frickin' handlebars. I just got 4 stitches. Came back from the hospital. This is Jupiter-Uranus squaring Mercury-Mars. It's not all fun and games. That hurt. I hurt my hand. My wrist is hurting. I got I'm all messed up, man. And then my bike wouldn't roll. I almost had to carry the freaking thing back up a couple miles up to the house, but fortunately I fixed it. So look out. This is here's where I'm saying the ego is different than the unconscious. The conscious and the unconscious. Consciously, okay, I was like, okay, boy, this is, I'm ready for some fun and some excitement, and I want to get out of the house and out away from the computer and get out in nature and let it rip. And so, my conscious mind has one vision or idea. But Uranus is the unconscious mind. And the unconscious mind is what? Boom. It's so funny because I wrote this mantra. It came to me this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, get into your body. I mean, I have the Sun-Uranus conjunction in the 11th house, 12th house, and the moon in Gemini. I'm not a real, body guy. I mean, my body works. I abuse it and I use it and I don't pay any attention to it. And I am just like, yeah, right? And this is a call. This is a call. And it's, you know, it's reflected, you know, in a number of different ways. You have to see, again, where does it fall in your chart? Where is Taurus? If Taurus is in your first house is very much associated with your vitality, with your identity, and you can have a shocking opening, a new identity, a new self. And you know, and this is also maybe through travel or study of science, of astrology, okay, of the future. I just watched this video, this podcast last night. The head of the Google AI, he wrote the book Scary Smart. And according to him, we're done by 2037. Right now, artificial intelligence is as smart as Einstein. It is the IQ of 155. Einstein's IQ was 160. So it has taught itself and learned itself and gone from like knowing nothing, IQ of 0, over the last 2-3 years. It is now a genius, and it's going exponentially. They're saying it's going to have an IQ of like 1 billion in a few years from now. The highest human intelligence quota, IQ, is 210. So this guy is saying that these machines are going to be completely, way, so far beyond what we could possibly imagine, comprehend, understand, integrate. It's just, and then it's going to be what they decide. Yeah. I mean, are humans a threat? He gave one scenario, actually, that, you know what, they could just take off. It's a huge galaxy. They could be very limited here just on planet Earth. And, you know, AI could just like, this could just be like the nest that they go from. I mean, but basically he calls it what, a synchronistic moment where you just don't know what is on the other side when they reach a point of intelligence. And this is why Elon Musk is, you know, calling, you know, we need to stop this, we need to end it. But here's Jupiter conjunct Uranus, like, no way. And this guy says it's not artificial intelligence that's going to destroy us. It's humans that are going to use AI to destroy each other. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off the subject, but I just want to, you know, look at this. You know, this is Taurus. This is survival. This is the banking system. This is money. This is cryptocurrency. This is digital currency. This is facial recognition. This is, you know, like I realized yesterday I could not get onto PayPal. I could not get into my account. I couldn't get into TransferWise. I couldn't get into anything without my phone. My daughter lost her phone. And I'm like, if I lost my phone, I would be locked out of all my money accounts because my authenticator app, you know, they send a code to your phone, right? It's like, what? How did it get to be like this? You lose your phone and you're cut off, baby. And just think they can flip a switch and you're cut off. I mean, cut it out. We are very tenuous, all right? So this is Uranus going through Taurus. And what we want to say is Uranus raises the bar. Uranus always upgrades. So this is an upgrade. Like it or not, understand it or not, see it or not, we may not see it as an upgrade until the year 2050. You know, when we go, oh yeah, in the early 20s, you know, thank God we got rid of all that old way of doing stuff and you know, and upgraded. But, you know, going through it, it's very scary because it's kind of a loss of control and it can feel like a loss of freedom. And it's very interesting because Jupiter conjunct Uranus is more freedom, right? I mean, these are both planets that are about, I want to be able to go where I want, do what I want, you know, spend what I want, eat what I want, you know, pleasure myself how I want. I mean, this is really about. And for me, it's just coming into my body. I need to come into my body. I was thinking yesterday how I feel like my body is like my car, and I need to take care of it, but I really don't see it as myself. I see myself as my consciousness, but like, this is me. This is me. Your body is you. And then I'm studying NVC, nonviolent communication, Marshall Rosenberg stuff, and he talks about it. And here's where this came into the mantra a little bit today. Our feelings and our needs. Taurus has a lot to do with some of our needs that have to do with safety, predictability, security, stability, food, clothing, and shelter. Okay, just the freaking basics. We need to get these needs met. And when our needs are met, we have positive feelings. And when our needs are not met, we get negative feelings. Our feelings help us to see and understand our needs. And everybody needs different things. I need different things than you. You need different things than your mother or your sister or your partner or your kids. Cancers need different things than Leos, than Capricorns, than Pisces. We all have different needs going on, right? These needs are, they're associated a lot with, I would say, the moon, a lot with Venus also, but yeah, the sun is all, whatever. The sun needs to shine, baby. That's the need. Oh, I'm rambling, I know, but I'm explaining the, maybe the, the anesthetic's wearing off. The Sabian symbol. I absolutely love the Sabian symbol for the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction at the 22nd degree of Taurus. It is a white dove flying over troubled waters. The spiritual inspiration that comes to the individual in the overcoming of crisis. Here also we are confronted with a symbol of guidance, and the dove flying over troubled waters reminds one of the story of Noah and the ark. Noah met his and humanity's crisis courageously and in complete obedience to Spirit's promptings. The test completed, he received the dove's message. It is a message from the Holy Spirit announcing a new dispensation. This symbolic scene can be applied to a personal crisis resulting from emotional upheavals or from the eruption of unconscious forces, Uranus, and impulses, Mars, into the consciousness. If the crisis has been faced in the right spirit, it's not so much what happens, it's how we approach it and what our intentions are and how we handle it, isn't it? This is what makes evolution or rigid stubbornness. This symbol reveals the rhythm of cosmic, God-ordained cycles that reveals its conclusive beat through a living and concretely significant sign. It is a reward to the faithful. Obviously, that makes me think of Bridge Over Troubled Waters for this week's song, but we've already done, I already used that song on the Pele Report soundtrack that's on Spotify. I'm thinking of another song that I have, but first I want to read to you the degree of the Mercury retrograde, coming back to visit Venus again. So, it's almost like, we've been going Sun in Aries, Venus in Aries, Chiron in Aries, and then Mercury was charging through Aries, and then it was like, oh, Mercury says, wait a minute, I think I want to go back and reflect and slow down a little bit. And then the Sun drops into Taurus, from fiery Aries into boom, slow as molasses Taurus. You can't get a slower sign of the zodiac, okay? Taurus is slow, baby, molasses. And so here we've got, this is very beautiful. Yeah, Mercury comes back and says, hey, Venus, what's going on? And Venus and Mercury get together and they go on a date and they say, an empty hammock stretched between two trees, a constructive alternation of activity and rest. Rest being the key word, and the balance and the harmony of taking care of ourselves, of listening to our bodies. My body is saying, go chill out. Have a shot of tequila. But whatever, it's and your feelings. How are you feeling? This whole podcast. I should put a link to the podcast below. It's a 2-hour podcast. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it is really good. Because the Moon in Gemini doesn't listen to the whole 2-hour podcast. But the other thing that they mentioned, and this is true for me, and I'm sure it's true for a lot of you, and it's true for a lot of people. Competition is fierce these days, and getting attention on the internet, getting attention on Instagram, on YouTube, putting out new content, always smiling for the camera, spending so much time, on this. I mean, there is so much pressure on people right now to make a living, Taurus, to meet their needs with inflation. Whether you're working, with cameras and videos and internet, or whether you're, pounding nails or, waitressing at a restaurant, everybody is like getting super stretched. Everybody is like in debt. Everybody is working overtime. It's just like everything is just like, we have to like separate ourselves from the machines. We have to separate ourselves from the technology. We can't keep up with the technology. And we have to, and they also talked about, there's a robot now that can completely mimic a human being. Take care of your house, cook your food, make love to you, have sex just the way you want it, any way you want it, anything you want, do your clothes, do your laundry, da da da. So the robots are getting more and more and more. And it's the threat of losing human connection. Love. Feelings. Feelings take time. You have to breathe down into your and feel where do you feel that in your body, right? And where and what is that feeling telling you, and what is your and this is where it, I really break from these AI guys, because the guy says, well, it's just like my kid, we're born blank slates, just like AI was born as a blank slate and it had to teach itself. Kids are blank slates. And I said, we're not blank slates. We're soul spiritual beings. These guys are so Ahrimanic. They are so materialistic. They are so intellectually in there that there's completely like no sense of the etheric body, the astral body, the 10 soul bodies. I mean, they're just looking at intelligence. Yeah, the whole thing is, to me, it's very scary. Just the way that the conversation is happening and the way it's unfolding is just like so, it's already gone, so far into the realm of Ahriman. That's Ahriman, referred to in Zoroaster and Zarathustra, the Zoroastrian religion back in ancient Persia. Ahriman, you can look up into that through Rudolf Steiner's work or through other work, but he's a cold, hard, super intelligent spirit being that is wanting to incarnate now and is coming to Earth manifestation. So we are all dealing with these Ahrimanic forces, and Uranus is the closest thing in astrology to this Ahrimanic force. It is science, it is technology, it is artificial intelligence, it is facial recognition and drones dropping bombs instead of people, and all this, cold, cold, cold. It rules Aquarius, which is outer space. It's very cold in outer space. It's the opposite of Leo, the human being that's playful and fun and full of fire, and and it's this polarity of Aquarius, Uranus. So Jupiter coming to this Aquarius this April and May. Okay, this is it can be cold. So it's awakening, right? And it can open this third eye. But what I want to point out is, don't get lost in the celestial world. Don't leave your body. Don't take this Jupiter-Uranus. Thank God it's happening in Taurus because it's awakening us to the need to be here now in our bodies, present and real and grounded. So this is a very good time for manifesting your ideas, bringing your visions into reality. This is, yes. I don't have time to take it through the signs. Maybe I'll do that for the school or something. The mantra for today. My focus now is on myself, Taurus. North Node in Aries. Venus conjunct Chiron, healing. Okay, myself. Aries and Taurus are the most, yeah? My body, feelings, and needs. My focus now is on my body, my feelings, and my needs. For the door to my soul is closed and locked. And they are my set of keys. The soul spirit is, it's intangible. It's outside time and space until we're born. And our consciousness brings our soul spirit into this temple. Yeah, this body is a temple. Got to take better care of our temples, man. Yeah, and our feelings. The water signs, the emotions. This brings us, spirit, emotions, the psychic, the feelings. They're all in this watery, etheric realm, okay, of water and emotions. And become aware of our needs. Again, Earth, Taurus, Moon, full moon in Scorpio. Yeah, this full moon in Scorpio coming up is really going to awaken you, yes, to your emotional needs, your sexual needs, your physical needs, your financial needs, your need for some power, your need for some, passion in life, instead of the dull drums of just barely surviving. You got to get out and party. Have an intense frickin' party. When is that? That is frickin' next Tuesday. Great. Have a midweek party. But that, that full moon square Pluto, if you've got anything in the early degrees of fixed signs, okay, that can be, that can be an owie. That can be an owie. Let's wrap it up here, Kaipacha. My focus now is on myself, my body, feelings, and needs. For the door to my soul is closed and locked, and they are my set of keys. I'm going to make this week's song Willin'. It's by Little Feat. Yeah, it's an old song. It's one of my old favorites. I'm still willin'. I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari. Anyway, I'm not going to sing the whole thing for you, but yeah. It's the dove over troubled waters. So, we've gone through an eclipse, we've gone through some challenges, and, this week I'm really feeling like, I certainly felt, when I woke up this morning before I crashed, I really felt it's like, okay, man, we made it through, I just got a couple more days, but yeah, Sunday, I think this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be hit the jackpot. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.